This lady is one of my favorite new freaks on the internet. Okay? One of my favorite new freaks. Jessica Pin says, this is obviously not a female vulva. It should not be included in the vulva diversity project. Cis women do not deserve to pay the price for anatomical trans surgery outcomes. People should be able to recognize what normal, natural vulva looks like. That's the point. Now, what I find particularly insane is that this looks a hell of a lot like mine, and I was born with it. Just because it doesn't look like yours doesn't mean it's not natural. It doesn't. Look again. Look closer. So, Jessica Pin is the latest and greatest in the absolute psychopathic anti-trans weirdos on the internet. She put up like a bunch of pussies, a bunch of vaginas, okay, that were made into casts, and basically decided that she is the pussy police. Okay? She was like, I am the pussy police. I'm the vulva verifier. I'm the coochie cop. Okay? The vagina vigilante, if you will. Yes. She decided that she is going to be the referee. She decided that she knows what good pussy looks like. It's no longer good pussy sounds like fried chicken when it's pissing. It's more so whatever Jessica Pin, also her username is Mediclit, has decided is what good pussy looks like. I'm pretty sure all of the pussies that she posted were just like, just regular old pussies. Pussies come in all shapes and sizes and with like different walls and whatnot. Yeah, the clit commander, on the other hand, has decided some of these pussies are not like the others. It's mac and cheese, my brother. Yeah, you've never seen that meme? It's like, good pussy sounds like fried chicken frying when it's pissing. Pussy piss so good, sound like she frying chicken. Yeah, that was the meme, I think. I'm going to stop talking about this now. Duel me and pussy guesser, bro. Okay. She got voluntary cosmetic vaginoplasty because she thought she looked used and it fucked hers up, and now she calls herself someone with FGM. That's awesome. Sad, but also very funny in some ways.
Damn, boy, were you just frying chicken in there? For real, though. You piss loud as fuck. I think that's pretty cool.
This made it so much worse. Anyway, that's hilarious because I literally have done that successfully. Did you find a photo where my legs aren't spread? Also, this is fucking creepy behavior. Oh my God. Bro, she had this conversation with Electra Rain and then turned around and said, that's hilarious because I literally have done that successfully. Did you find a photo where my legs aren't spread? Also, this fucking creepy behavior. Can you send me a vulva pic in the same position? I can explain how it really doesn't look like that cast. I love that. I mean, she is out of her mind. She is so unhinged. And I really, really respect her for the posting. She also posted, at 17, doctors convinced me the ideal vulva was one with everything hidden between the majora. Now when I see vulvas where everything is hidden, I worry if something bad has happened to them. I actually zoom in, looking for the clitoris, wondering if she is okay. Yes, I haven't talked about the worst part. If you thought that this was the absolute worst part, fear not, there is something significantly worse than this. And that is this tweet. With the first cadaver, I tried to stick my fingers in her vagina in order to assess relative location of clitoral body, but then it got too awk because my dad was there, so I did not try again. Ashamed monkey emoji. Now, the sound mind says, why did you post this? A good moment would have been a moment where you thought to yourself, perhaps I should not post this. Perhaps this is not the right thing to post. How does this post make me look? But also at the same time, I appreciate what she's done for the field of posting. because I love looking at unhinged, mentally ill freaks. This is my fun. And I really appreciate that she is just literally posting in the most unhinged, most honest way you possibly could. She has hit the limit. Oh, she's racist too. Shocker. That's crazy. Here's a video that breaks down Jessica Pin, medical xenophobia, ongoing targeting of black OBGYN physicians, downplaying the Holocaust, and complete lack of understanding about many of the things she's talking. Wow. Wait, she follows me? Wait, what the fuck? No. No, I didn't even know that part. Okay, that's weird. Why? Look away. She doesn't follow me. She's been on The Daily Show and The New York Times. My initial thought was she's a troll or a guy masquerading as whatever this is, but holy shit, this tweet was from 3 years ago. Let's hear what she has to say.
Who has a history of targeting. I really don't like using my platform to call out specific people, but this creator, who has a history of targeting black OBGYN physicians, has created a video that's gaining traction, so let's talk about it. A few weeks ago, I posted about a beautiful illustration of a black pregnant woman and a black fetus. It was the first that I'd seen. The creator tweeted about the video, saying that it was actually an example of female genital mutilation, that I was ignorant, so I didn't notice. She then said this happened because it illustrates from Nigeria, where she reports that female genital mutilation is common practice, even though it's illegal there. She then went on to compare female genital mutilation to the Holocaust, and when people called her out on this,
people don't like me comparing female genital mutilation to the Holocaust, so let's do some math to show the mortality and morbidity caused by female genital mutilation is actually significantly greater than the Holocaust. Yo, she hit all the high notes. Respect. I mean, that's like, I'm telling you, it's like peak poster. She is like so unhinged, dude.
She said they should put their emotions aside. Well, multiple OBGYN physicians pointed out that her claims were inaccurate. Additionally, anatomic features focus on specific parts of illustrations. It's why in this image we also don't see the hands, the feet, the head, the uterine vessels even.
Yeah, she's like, clearly this is actually anti-woman because they obviously have cut a woman in half to show this photo. They've also noticeably cut her hands and her legs. So that's really fucked up.
The focus here is the black baby. But when physicians suggested that this image was about celebrating the beauty of black pregnancy in a time where health disparities were high, Jessica said, LOL, health inequities and disparities are less than ever. And then she used the...
What the fuck? Law, health inequalities and disparities are less than ever. There's just more awareness. Wait, first of all, that's insane. She thinks that there's less health inequality for black women? What the fuck? That is so wrong. That is like objectively the most. Read one book, any book, literally just a singular book. Surgeons have been practicing on minority populations forever. In the 80s at Johns Hopkins, they said all you need to learn surgery is a knife, a book, and an N-word. Wake up.
N-word. And she's harassed many physicians and claims that black women bring in race to arguments.
Wait, whoa. And then she said, this is why the only demographic that has never attacked me publicly and played the victim game are white heterosexual males. White women will say I've harassed them because they're women. Black women will bring in race. This is how they avoid discussing the problem. Bro, you're the problem. What do you mean? Men don't even give a fuck because you are obsessively trying to find the clitoris. And if there's one thing that men don't give a fuck about, it's finding the clitoris. So yeah, I don't think men follow you because they don't give a shit. Also, objectively hilarious that she said if there's one group of individuals that don't obsessively play the victim, it's white men. Famously and notoriously. Pussy is like an Arby's sandwich, too much bun or too much meat and it's hard to eat. Cock is like a Philly flagpole. No matter how lubed up it is, you can always climb it. I'll allow it because there's Philly slander. Even though Alan Fisher and everyone else will say, you know, Philadelphia is one of the most pedestrian friendly cities in the United States of America, which is true and has beautiful streets that are akin to the Netherlands. I'm still going to engage in it because it slanders the Philadelphia sports fans. So Philly also has the least friendly pedestrians. True. It's actually pretty good. Well, just had a chemical release in the Delaware River. Yeah, well, that's like, maybe that'll like sedate the Philadelphia for one day and stop them from eating horse manure. All jokes aside, we'll cover that as well. This is great because for normal people, she's like a 12 on the crazy scale, but for a TERF, she's like a 6. Yeah. I mean, yeah, the TERF scale of like mental illness is like significantly higher as far as like glass ceilings than the normal person mental illness scale. So like she has hit all the high notes at a certain point, but this is like just starting on her journey of transphobia, really.
In race to arguments. Look, learning accurate female anatomy is something we're sorely missing in medical school. I've made many videos about that. I want images to be accurate. But this creator has proven her xenophobia by assuming this is genital mutilation because of where the author's from, has repeatedly attacked physicians, and proves she doesn't understand the importance of intersectionality and continues to harm different communities.
She's transvestigating pussycats. That's at least at 8 on the TERF scale. I think like, yeah, it could be a little bit higher. 8 on the TERF scale. For people who are wondering what's a 10 on the TERF scale, it's when you are literally just assuming that your biological mother is actually a trans person. Like, I think that's when you hit like a 10 on the TERF scale, when you like start transvestigating your mom and dad. Like you can't. And then a 12 on the TERF scale is when you start transvestigating yourself. And you're thinking like, oh, like, am I trans? You know what I mean? Like, what if I'm trans? That sort of thing. But she fingered a cadaver and DMs people for pics, to be fair. Yeah, but that's still like a, okay, I'm going to say that's an 8 on the TERF scale. But like, remember, TERF scales are crazy. Like, you're misunderstanding the point. What was the reporter dude that got murked by the cops? Was a transvestigator? Wait, which one? It is a logarithmic scale, yeah. Full TERF ascension is when you become trans? No. You're misunderstanding me. I didn't mean like start investigating whether or not you're trans. I mean like, what if I, without realizing, have already undergone HRT is what I'm saying. Like that's... It's not like I'm not saying that you're like a trans person and then you have internalized transphobia. I'm saying that like you start thinking that like, if you start thinking that if you're a cis woman that you're actually a trans woman. Does that make sense? Like, what if I was at a really early age, what if I went under HRT? So psychosis? Yes. Well, yeah. Like somehow your parents your trans parents, because like remember, like you started transvestigating your parents. You're at an 8, right? So then when you're at a 10, you're like, oh, my trans parents actually transed me as a baby, that kind of thing. And then the chemicals in the water have also turned, kept me trans, that kind of thing. Because ultimately, when you are conducting transvestigations on every single person, from like the person at the cash register, all the way to like your neighbors and whatnot, and even your parents, the only one left that you haven't transvestigated is yourself. And at that point, you're like, oh, it's because I am trans already. Like, I've been trans. Trans Memento, a Christopher Nolan movie, that kind of thing. Exactly. And of course, fear not. There is one way to overcome this, and that is, and it's so simple. Just don't be transphobic. Like, literally, it is such a wonderfully simple way to just undo all of that. Because it loops back around to gender abolition in a weird way. Does that make sense? Because transvestigation is hilarious for one reason and one reason only. And that is that gender is an expression. We can agree with that reality and we can disagree with that reality, but it's still the reality, which is precisely why transphobic people that go down the transphobia pipeline ultimately are engaging in gender abolition, but they're doing it in a transphobic and anti-trans way, and that causes their their brain to be irreversibly fried. Gender is biology, lol. No, biology is biology. Gender is not biology, lol. Gender is a social construct that you apply on top of biology. And I'm willing to bet that even when we talk about sex, for example, okay, which would be like the biological underpinning, you still misunderstand sex as well. If you think that it's a binary. Emir Gülerhan, thank you for the 31 gifted subs.